Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Renegade Immortal episode number 304 based on novel. So let's start. The Tattoo Clan Holy Ancestor also noticed the faint change in Wang Lin's vermilion bird tattoo, but she didn't care. She couldn't see Qing Lin's appearance, but she could clearly feel it. She had been here for tens of thousands of years, so how could she not know of the divine sense left here within the seal? Its sole purpose was to keep her permanently sealed here. After sensing Qing Lin's avatar, her hatred became even stronger. Her empty eye socket stared at Qing Lin, and countless memories flashed through her mind. Qing Lin, the woman said, almost gnashing her teeth. The moment Qing Lin appeared, a complex tattoo flashed between her eyebrows. Then a ferocious red beast bone shot out at Qing Lin. The moment the beast bone appeared, a monstrous evil aura appeared. The moment the evil aura appeared, the temperature dropped as if it was winter. As the evil aura spread, layers of ice began to appear in the surroundings. Wang Lin's origin energy rapidly cycled and the heat of his vermilion bird divine fire filled his body. However, his gaze was locked onto the beast bone, and a huge wave was set off in his heart. With a Dao pair. Wang Lin looked at the back of his right hand. The ferocious appearance of the withered Dao pair was there. The spell used by the Tattoo Clan Holy Ancestor unexpectedly looks like the withered Dao pair. Although, the color is different and the effect is not the same. Qing Lin's divine sense avatar formed by the specks of light coldly looked at the woman and pointed at her. With a point of his finger, specks of light began to appear. These specks of light came from Qing Lin and gathered at the tip of his finger. Then a ray of crystal light shot out and surrounded the beast bone like a flowing river. The moment the light formed a circle, it quickly contracted. It penetrated the beast bone at an unimaginable speed and went inside the beast bone. The specks of light condensed toward the center of the beast bone. When large amount of light entered the beast bone seemed to have no power to resist. Red gas escaped from the beast bone, and the beast bone seemed to fuse with the specks of light. As more red gas escaped, the beast bone seemed to lose its luster. It only took a few moments for a bright, fist-sized crystal to form inside the beast bone. The moment the crystal appeared, it released a bright glow. The light was like tens of thousands of swords stabbing outwards. This made everyone gasp. What a tyrannical sealing method! It doesn't consume a bit of the divine sense avatar. Instead, it extracts the power of law from the opponent's spell and uses it to completely seal the spell. Not even Senior Brother could do something like this so easily. Master Void gasped and his pupils shrank. Soon, a trace of greed appeared in his eyes. Although Qing Lin is very strong, according to the Alliance's observations and information, I'm 90% certain he is in his deathbed. If I can capture him and control him through a special method, then the Cultivation Alliance will no longer have any enemies. A thunderous rumble echoed and the beast bone trembled as the light pierced out from inside it. When the light pierced out from the beast bone shattered into countless pieces. Although it seems like a lot has happened, all of this took place in an instant. As the bright light spread, it caused everyone's eyes to feel a stab of pain and forced them to retreat. Qing Lin coldly looked at the Tattoo Clan Holy Ancestor, and he raised his right hand once more and a mysterious rune appeared. The rune whistled through the air until it was above the woman and released a green light. The moment the rune appeared, a roar-like sound came from the celestial burial vortex that the woman had somewhat pulled up from the ground. One by one, souls charged out from the celestial burial pool. At first there weren't many, but soon, they were coming out like crazy. The giant vortex quickly broke free from the woman's control. There was a heaven-shaking rumble and then the vortex began to rotate, and it was even faster than before. There were even tearing sounds that made it seem as if the world was being torn apart. The unimaginable amount of souls moved with the vortex. Those ferocious gazes and mournful cries made it seem like the gates to hell had been opened. There were simply too many souls. Wang Lin only took one look before his scalp went numb. There were celestials, Tattoo Clan, ancient Qi cultivators, and even beasts Wang Lin had never seen before. Every soul inside gave off a terrifying pressure. Although they were long dead, This pressure showed that every single one of these souls were extremely powerful when they were alive. Only those with certain qualifications would be thrown into the celestial burial pool by Celestial Emperor Qing Lin. As the countless souls roared, the celestial burial pool surged up like the raging sea. It rotated rapidly below the woman, and a suction force several times stronger than before appeared. However, what was strange was that the suction force only affected the woman and had no effect on anyone else. Qing Lin didn't pause. His hands moved and another rune appeared that circled the woman as well. The moment after this rune appeared, the vortex rotated twice as fast, as if it had become the mouth of hell that wanted to devour her completely. The black blood coming from her eye sockets started to flow even faster, as if she was shedding tears, only these tears were shocking to see. "Why did you lie to me? Why did you lie to me, why?" The woman's voice contained a powerful penetrating force. As her voice spread out, the two runes before her trembled as if they could collapse at any moment. What was even more terrifying was that the space around her shattered with her sharp voice. The space was about to collapse. As her voice penetrated through the air, it created a series of sonic booms that swept the area. Soon, it created a storm that swept toward Qing Lin. Blood came out of Wang Lin's ears. Even though he was constantly cycling his origin energy and had the body of an ancient god, he was still injured. It was as if a buzz had appeared in his ears, and the same words echoed and lingered in his ears. "Why? Why?" Wang Lin was aghast at the situation, and he saw that Sichu Nan and the others were almost the same. Only the All-Seer, Master Void, and the man in black had gloomy expressions and weren't affected. The sound of her voice formed a storm that charged at Qing Lin. Qing Lin still had a cold expression as he lifted his right hand and pointed forward. With that, the incoming storm suddenly paused. It was as if an unimaginable law had descended from the heavens, and according to the will of the caster, this law stopped everything's right to move. Then it turned into countless strands of law power that entangled it and stopped it from moving. The stop spell. Wang Lin's eyes revealed a strange light, and there was even a trace of excitement in them. To him, the stop spell was a very important celestial spell. Wang Lin had gotten through many dangers in his life due to the stop spell. It could be said that the stop spell was something indispensable in his life. However, the stop spell he learned was what he learned from the Jade Celestial Emperor Qing Lin left. He had never seen another person use it. No matter how hard he studied it, he had no chance of breaking the limit of this spell. However, this was the first time he was witnessing someone else use the stop spell, and the person who used it was Qing Lin. Just at that moment, others might not have much comprehension about what just happened. However, Wang Lin could be considered an inheritor of the stop spell, so it was extremely important for him to see Qing Lin use it. This was no different from Qing Lin personally teaching it to him. It was as if Qing Lin was the teacher and Wang Lin was the student. After the student finished learning, the master would cast the spell once to allow the student to verify and adjust what they learned. This was a chance Wang Lin could only dream of. It was as if Bai Fan had appeared and used Call the Wind, Summon the Rain, Magic Arsenal, Mountains Crumble, Lands Collapse, and Dark Moon, Clear Skies before him. However, this wasn't the time to carefully ponder it. Wang Lin could only memorize this scene to study later. Qing Lin's right hand didn't stop. After he stopped the storm, his hand quickly moved. Then 7 more runes immediately flew out and arrived next to the woman. They fused with the previous 2 seals and formed a 9-seal formation. The 9 seals circled the woman's body and released a mysterious light. The moment the 9 seals appeared, the celestial burial pool below the woman suddenly erupted. This celestial burial pool formed giant vortex and rotated rapidly. As it continued to expand, countless souls flew out at the woman. In almost the blink of an eye, she was surrounded by souls. These souls gathered together to form black chains. The black chains locked her down and mercilessly dragged her down. The vortex charged into the air and an unimaginable suction force erupted. The Tattoo Clan Holy Ancestor wasn't able to struggle at all, and the chain slowly pulled her back into the rising vortex. The woman revealed a bleak expression, and the tattoo between her eyebrows flickered. Every flicker would cause a loud rumble and one of the chains around her would shatter. the chains would turn back into wailing souls that got sucked into the celestial burial vortex. The moment the chains collapsed, countless souls came out of the vortex and formed new chains that continued to drag her down. This caused everyone who saw this to silently ponder. They were shocked and had various thoughts about this. The woman bitterly smiled. She had been sealed here for too many years and didn't have the power she used to have. If Qinglin's divine sense avatar wasn't here, she might have had a chance to break free, but now she had no chance. She revealed a bitter smile. Although she had no eyes, there seemed to be a hint of light in her empty eye sockets. At this moment, green gas appeared in her eye sockets and seemed to replace her eyes. She looked at the Qinglin avatar before her and let out a miserable laugh. The person I hate the most in my life is you, Qinglin. Back then, my tattoo clan offended Supreme, so we had to escape to the sealed realm, where the Supreme had no control. We just wanted to avoid the dispute and find a place to live far away from death. The war with your celestial realm was because you Celestials were eyeing our tattoo clan's source origin energy, and you attacked first. Did my tattoo clan have to obey you? That war lasted for far too long, and your celestial realm used various methods against us. In order to steal my tattoo clan's holy bottle, you killed countless powerful members of my clan. If that was it, it would have been fine. After all, casualties on both sides are inevitable in a war. However, as one of the 4 celestial emperors and the most powerful person in the celestial realm, why did you deceive a woman's fragile heart? You had said that I'd be your celestial cave concubine. I, Jiu Yao, betrayed my clan for you and willingly become your concubine in exchange for a place for my tattoo clan to live in this sealed realm. You said that you liked my eyes, and for you, I willingly dug out my own eyes and gave them to you. These eyes that had been gathering energy for countless years and had condensed a sliver of primordial energy. It was a pair of eyes that every generation of tattoo clan ancestor inherited from the previous generation. Do you still remember that scene? My blood-stained eyes and the blood that flowed out of my eye sockets. You asked so much of me, and I did my best to fulfill your every demand. Even when you sealed me here to suppress the monstrous amount of souls here, I was willing. Beside you, I wasn't the holy ancestor, but just your concubine, and I liked you. The smile on her face became even more miserable. The black blood flew out from her eye socket like tears. Only they were tears of blood, and memories of the past flashed through her mind. Why? Why did you still lie to me even though I did everything? You promised me you would give my clan a realm to live in. You promised me my clan would live on. You even said that one day you would take my clan outside the sealed realm once more. These were all things you told me. I, Jiu Yao, was stupid enough to believe your words. I stayed here suppressing these souls in the celestial burial pool for you even though I was aware that your purpose was to seal me here. However, I still chose to believe in you. If it wasn't for the fact that I felt a member of clan and came out at all costs to see him, I would have never known that my clan never got their own realm. That after I was sealed, my clan became slaves to you Celestials. This made me hate you even more. Qinglin, are you a heartless person? Do you not have any emotions? Are you a rock? An ordinary slave seal simply can't seal my tattoo clan for generations without end. That slave seal was clearly derived from that primordial energy from my eyes. Only that kind of power could seal my clan like this. You obtained my eyes and obtained that sliver of primordial energy. Then you infused countless slave seals within it so my clan became ant-like slaves within the sealed realm. They were forced to worship you Celestials for generations. Even more black blood came out of her empty eye sockets. It carried the monstrous resentment from having her countless years of anticipation suddenly collapse before her. Qinglin, your avatar is here, which means you're still not dead. Do you dare to appear before me? The woman's mournful voice echoed as she was slowly dragged back into the celestial burial pool with a miserable smile on her face. When she was about to be pulled completely into the celestial burial pool, her head suddenly jerked up and the tattoo between her eyebrows completely separated from her skin. The tattoo flickered like crazy, and even from where Wang Lin was, he could clearly see the lines of blood connecting to the tattoo. He could imagine how painful it was. However, this pain couldn't compare to the pain in her heart. She raised her right hand and grabbed the tattoo. She then mercilessly pulled it out from between her eyebrows regardless of the pain and threw it up. Tarshan was still close to her. Everything before him made him gain some understanding, but his eyes were still filled with confusion. The tattoo the woman threw flew like light and arrived near Tarshan. It fused to the spot between his eyebrows along with a stinging pain. After throwing the tattoo, the woman became very weak and gradually sank into the celestial burial pool. The green gas in her eye sockets flickered as she looked at Wang Lin and muttered, "You have helped my tattoo clan. I, Chiao Yao, won't forget those that have helped my clan." She revealed a miserable smile once more as she mercilessly stabbed her 2 eye sockets. The green gas was pulled out and she threw it. It turned into 2 rays of green light that fused into one and then shot toward Wang Lin. "Aside from my tattoo clan's life tattoo, another thing we had that made us famous in the outer realm was the withered tattoo spell. This is the method of the withered tattoo. Since you helped my tattoo clan, then you should be able to get my clan's descendant to help you obtain the power of tattoos." Wang Lin heard her message immediately after he caught the green light. She profoundly looked at the cold figure of Qing Lin as she sank into the celestial burial pool. At this moment, the surroundings were completely silent. Even the countless souls also sank into the celestial burial pool with her. Only the sound of the vortex rotating could still be heard. The vortex slowly sank and was about to disappear into the deep pit below. Holding the green light, Wang Lin naturally understood what the woman named Chiao Yao wanted. According to her, this withered tattoo spell required the help of the tattoo clan, and it would be an invisible chain that tied Wang Lin and the tattoo clan together. The fact that she is so confident means that the withered tattoo can't be ordinary. Wang Lin's eyes lit up as he recalled the yellow talisman that could seal origin energy back in all heaven. Could it be? Wang Lin's eyes narrowed. Just at this moment, just as the celestial burial pool was about to disappear, a shocking change occurred. Chiao Yao's figure suddenly came out of the sinking vortex and, following a tearing sound, a heaven-shaking rumble came from the vortex. "Qing Lin, even if I die, I won't let you go." When this voice echoed, a large amount of souls appeared. The souls didn't charge out but collapsed. As the souls collapsed, the celestial burial pool also trembled. "Since you used me to suppress these souls, you should know that after countless years, I have become one with the celestial burial pool. They won't let me leave, and you won't let me leave, so let us perish together." As Chiao Yao's venomous words echoed, the celestial burial pool collapsed. Countless souls were torn to pieces and turned into destructive power that entered the vortex. After an immeasurable amount of destructive force entered the vortex, a shocking change occurred. The vortex suddenly shot up and turned into a huge whirlwind that could destroy anything in its path. It shot straight up into the sky. At this moment, Master Void's expression changed and he took the beautiful middle-aged woman and the girl suspected to the brilliant Void Saintess and escaped. The All-Seer and company were the same. At this moment, everyone scattered like birds. That whirlwind shot out and caused the space here to collapse, loud rumbles echoing as it happened. What collapsed wasn't just the space here, but also the edge of the cave that was sealed by the scattered devil. The whirlwind charged out in an instant. As the endless resentful screams echoed, something floated out from below. It was a 100-foot wide black pool filled with black blood, and it gave off an eerie energy. What was strange was that this eerie energy was celestial spiritual energy. Celestial burial pool. There were countless ferocious beasts carved around the black pool along with countless twisted faces suffering from pain. The moment it appeared, a terrifying aura came with it. In the celestial spirit heaven realm, the sky began to change and thunder echoed across the former demon spirit land. A heaven-shaking change even occurred in the space outside the demon spirit land. The vortex in the East Demon Spirit Sea began to rotate like crazy and began to suck in origin energy. The vortex expanded like crazy, and some of the cultivators passing by were caught inside. Their bodies immediately collapsed, and even their origin souls couldn't escape. This terrifying change immediately caught the attention of simply too many people. At this moment, before everyone could get a good look, a crack suddenly appeared on the celestial burial pool. Shortly after, a series of crackling sounds echoed and even more cracks appeared. The famous celestial burial pool suddenly collapsed and all the souls inside were torn apart. The unimaginable destructive force scattered like crazy. Qing Lin's avatar didn't dodge. The moment the destructive aura from the celestial burial pool arrived, he closed his eyes and turned into a speck of light that disappeared within the cave. As the shockwave spread, the entire place was filled with a deafening roar. This shockwave was so powerful that it shattered the seal the scattered devil had placed and revealed the cave's true appearance. Everyone, including Wang Lin, was scattered in all directions by the powerful shockwave. Everyone was forced to scatter due to the force created by the collapse of the celestial burial pool. Even Master Void's expression turned pale, as he was injured. He couldn't even bother with the beautiful middle-aged woman and the girl, as he was thrown by the powerful shockwave. He collided with a restriction within the cave and disappeared. As for the beautiful woman and the girl in pink, they were scattered as well. They both touched a different restriction and disappeared without a trace. The All-Seer continued to retreat, and his eyes revealed a mysterious light. His foot moved in a strange way and then he rushed into a restriction in a distant pavilion and disappeared. Almost everyone disappeared while they retreated. Wang Lin's body also trembled. Under the effect of this shockwave, he felt as if almost all his bones were going to shatter. He felt pain in his body and coughed out blood. Then he fell on the ground next to some flowers and touched a restriction. There was a flash of light and his figure slowly disappeared. However, just as his body was about to disappear, a ray of light quickly closed in on him from the vortex. Along the way, the ray of light broke all the restrictions that blocked its path and headed straight for Wang Lin. In an instant, it arrived near Wang Lin, and while Wang Lin was stunned, it penetrated his bag of holding. It went straight for the yellow crystal given to him by the mysterious man in the hall. Qing Lin's avatar. This was the last thought that appeared in Wang Lin's mind before he disappeared. He clearly saw Qing Lin's avatar within that light. The collapse of the celestial burial pool caused the celestial emperor cave to shake violently. Everyone was scattered, and they activated different restrictions and were teleported to different locations. As if the heavens had willed it, the woman surrounded by demonic energy and covered in scars fell close to Wang Lin after the shockwave. She landed in some flowers and triggered a restriction. She was then teleported to the same place Wang Lin was sent to. After a long time, the shockwave dissipated and the entire place was in ruins, leaving only a deep pit that gave off a chilly aura. The celestial burial pool had shattered into countless fragments that disappeared within various restrictions. This place was completely silent, and after an unknown amount of time, a person struggled to climb out of the pit. His head was very big and his body was rather small. His eyes were still filled with fear as he climbed out. Behind him were the three Chen brothers and everyone else that was sucked in, aside from one of the female disciples, whose body collapsed, an elder son, who lost his star-marked sable. Everyone else climbed out. They silently pondered as they looked around, and fear lingered in their hearts. No one noticed the star-marked sable fly by, because it was too fast, and everyone was still recovering from the aftermath. The star-marked sable shot straight into the depths of the pit. Its eyes were filled with intelligence. It could clearly feel an aura within the depths of this pit that would make it go crazy. In the vastness of space, aside from the bright nebula and countless meteorites, there was also endless dust. Each particle of dust was often very small. Though some could be seen by a cultivator's divine sense, most couldn't be clearly detected by cultivators. In the corner of the universe, there were some dust particles that were so small that not even Nirvana Shattera cultivators could detect them with their divine sense. These dust particles were very small, but there were other worlds within them. The Demon Spirit Land, the former Celestial Spirit Heaven Realm, and Celestial Emperor Qing Lin's cave were here. Aside from the East Demon Spirit Sea, which was an immeasurable distance away, there was no other entrance to these places. Within the dust, there was a grand palace at the center of the Celestial Emperor cave. This grand palace was completely purple and gave off a majestic aura. There were 99 candles placed in a formation on the ground. At this moment, 64 candles had already extinguished. There was no person inside the hall, only ashes on the ground. The remaining 35 candles flickered, and their light scattered in the hall. It gave the hall a grim aura. At this moment, it was as if wind had blown in from outside the hall and swept through. The fire flickered violently. Out of the remaining 35 candles, 23 of them shook violently as they struggled to stay burning. However, the wind was too cold, and as it blew by, countless tattoos flickered within the wind. In the end, the 23 candles extinguished one by one. When the candles went out, the hall became more dark. The smoke released by the candles seemed to form a devilish shadow that was silently laughing. The smoke dissipated. The moment the 23 candles extinguished, a figure sitting in a large throne in a hall identical to this one violently trembled and coughed out black blood. Blood also came out of his orifices. It was a shocking sight to behold. The environment here was exactly the same as the hall above. However, there were no candles here. Instead, there was a huge throne. The man covered in the black mist trembled and then opened his eyes. His eyes were cloudy. If Wang Lin saw this place, he would recognize it as the place his nether guide showed after it was altered. The mysterious man was the person who gifted him the yellow crystal. 23 candles have extinguished. Only 12 left. Xiao Yao, even as you die, you must hurt me so. Did I really make you hate me this much? The bitterness in the man's face was very deep. When your tattoo clan arrived from the outer realm, your clan wanted to forge an alliance with us. I opened up a realm for your clan to live in. However, after your clan arrived, a large amount of celestials went missing. All kinds of signs pointed to your tattoo clan being responsible for the disappearance of those celestials. I didn't believe it at first, but when I went to the tattoo clan's realm, I saw your clan take the souls of celestials to activate your clan's holy tattoo. Since you all acted like this, how could we not go to war? How could I, Jinglin, not be angry? If that hadn't happened, could the most miserable war since I became the Celestial Emperor have occurred? If it wasn't for this, how could the Celestial Realm have lost so much vitality that we weren't able to resist the catastrophe that caused the Celestial Realm to collapse? Moreover, the collapse of the Celestial Realm was one of your plans. The Tattoo Clan Holy Ancestor is only an avatar. Your true identity is the daughter of the Supreme of the Outer Realm. Your purpose for coming here wasn't what you said at the beginning, it was to destroy all forces within the Sealed Realm. The man's face became even more bitter. His eyes were cloudy and there was a hint of reminiscence in them. You became my celestial cave concubine and forced the flower imperial concubine to become a flower soul so she could only exist as a flower celestial only because she found out about you. I personally witnessed this after I became suspicious. You failed, but not only did you not repent, you wanted me go to the outer realm with you and become the disciple of your father, the Supreme. I'm the dignified emperor of the celestial realm, a ruler, a native of the sealed realm. How could I betray my home? Your eyes contained the primordial force, but it was because you used your time with me to activate it. This primordial force was the seed your father placed to destroy the sealed realm. If it had spread, everyone within the sealed realm would have been destroyed along with countless mortals. This was also you could make the sealed realm into a ruin so it would make it easier for you all to search for the so-called Heaven's Gate. I dug out your eyes, but can the pain you felt even match up to 1/10,000th of the pain I feel? Even then, I couldn't bear to kill you, so I sealed you within the celestial burial pool instead. I told everyone else that you died. Do you know the pain in my heart? Xiao Yao, what right do you have to hate me? Even today, you didn't hesitate to destroy your avatar to confuse the people I lured here. You even borrowed the destruction of your avatar to extinguish 23 of my life candles. The man's face was filled with pain, and black gas surrounded his face. The black gas turned into a devilish shadow that seemed like it wanted to devour him. You have no right to hate me. The remnants of your tattoo clan are a danger to the sealed realm, so how could I leave them be and leave endless trouble for the future generation of my sealed realm? They can exist, but only as eternal slaves to my celestials. I kept them alive as a reminder. To never forget the powerful killing intent from the outer realm. The black gas around the man's face became even stronger. It gathered between the man's eyebrows as if it wanted to break through. However, just as it was about to break through, 12 points of light appeared, preventing the black gas from breaking in. Do I still have enough time? The man sighed and slowly closed his eyes. At this moment, Wang Lin's eyes were fierce as he looked ahead. He was in an endless ocean where he couldn't see the end, and there were only waves before him. He stood above the surface of the ocean and pondered. After he triggered the restriction within the flowers, he was teleported here. The first thing he saw was this blue ocean. The moment I was teleported here, I vaguely saw another person who also fell in the flowers not far from me. It was the person covered in demonic energy. I felt a familiar feeling from her. While pondering, Wang Lin's expression suddenly changed and he suddenly raised his head. He could see an angry wave forming almost a wall in the distance. This video will end here.